This is Great Point Black. Coming in hard and off the card. They coming straight off the motherfucking boulevard. I'm coming with the heat. The motherfucking street. I'm coming with that flow. Straight through the body hole. I'm coming with them facts. To crack some backs. This is PBNN Point Black. National news. We call it the late edition. You know what I'm saying? And now today, we see a little bit of this, a little bit of that, of course. You know what I'm saying? And we see going over there on a lot of these officials that were coming down on Trumpy bed. We see where we have Chris. He says he's backing his decision. Mrs. Cheney was removed from her position. It's about time. She got to go. She got to go. You know what I mean? You know, Mrs. Cheney is up out of there and she's finished because she run her mouth against the former president, and that's no respect based on any kind of mentality based on the fact that we know what's going on and what may be the situation in which we have to deal with today in this country, and we need a focus. Now, we're not saying again of 100% Trump supporter, but we see that his plans do work. And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? That can crack their back. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. We see that his plans do work. So by Miss Cheney now up there running her mouth, I don't see what her plans are based on anything other than working the game as she played. You know what I'm saying? It's about time. It's about time. It's about time. You know what I'm saying? Because she's just another mole in the game. That was there to ramp up the June 6th riot bullshit. So Trump would look bad when it came to his presidency and him being able to be reelected in 2024. You know what I'm saying? When you can clearly see, even when they show clips of them climbing up the walls, you can clearly see it's Antifa crawling up the walls. That is not Trump supporter just because you wore a red hat. But they make it out to seem that way. Let me take a sip of this apple juice right here. Good apple juice right there. You know what I mean? With the side of flavor in it. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of cinnamon. You know what I mean? You know, so we see where Mrs. Cheney is all there, up in there, trying to make Trump look bad so he cannot seek re-election, but we see who was climbing the walls was Antifa up the wall. Faker as a mug. Cheney was down with the deep state, talking about standing for truth. Yeah. To help the demon Democrats, maybe. From the Republican side. This is what she seemed to have been doing. She was on the Republican side to sabotage and make sure that the world see a Republican going against his own. So, Mrs. Cheney, your service is no longer needed or rendered. You are not and void. And you're a liar and a crook as far as I see it. And you were down with this June 6th bullshit. Don't tell me you were not. Because she was there to side with, she was on the Republican side. And if her model then tells If her model is the truth, then tell the truth about the June 6th and the virus situation based on vaccination and so on. You get the picture. That's right. That's right, Trumpy Bear. Clean the house. Mama say, clean the house. You know what I mean? So, Mrs. Cheney, we don't need your services anymore. You know what I'm saying? Now I see a good was done in officers and agents catching the Times Square shooter. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? To catch the Times Square shooter. My question is, what was so serious to do something like that? Is the question. And hit people, you know what I'm saying? And hit the people, you know, who was not involved. Even hitting a child. Come on now. I don't see nothing in the world would have been that much serious for you to go in Times Square amongst a whole bunch of people in such an epic center and ball call shots and didn't even hit the people you were shooting at, which you shouldn't have been shooting them at in the first place, you know what I'm saying, or in Times Square, anywhere at all, but you hit the wrong people that you were aiming. You hit innocent bystanders. You deserve everything you get. No mercy shall be shown upon you. You know what I'm saying? Now we look at Alex, you know, Alex the shoot. He's looking at Alex, you know what I'm saying? Got the shot. Young Alex has got the shot. Switching subject from that idiot from Times Square. But young Alex has got the shot. But we will see how well he does. But not Alex for every student and every child. Not for everyone, but to each his own. Now I hear a teacher calling a student a monkey. While we on the student thing. Now we hear this teacher on thing calling these students a monkey and so on. You know what I'm saying? Which is good because we need to clarify a few things with this teacher. Number one, a monkey, he's calling the child or whoever he was saying it to, black people. Now can he prove that? Now before he said that he should look into, you know what I'm saying? Where he's calling this kid a monkey, can he prove that, you know what I'm saying? And he needs to prove that now before he said what he said. He needs to look into his own genome. Because contrary to the point, you cannot find monkey genes within any black person unless there was some cooneria going on, as General Sarah Sutton has taught us. You know what I'm saying? Unless there was some cooneria, you know what I'm saying, going on. You know what I'm saying? Which is Sarah Sultan, the General Sarah Sultan quote, and his knowledge of science, and he's bring that to the forefront, which I knew as well because I'm very old now. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of this I was explaining even back then, but how I was explaining, I gave it to SETI. We're going to stay on one accord. And that's the truth of the matter. We got time. We don't have time for that garbage. He's saying it. I am saying it too. You know what I'm saying? We need to look into the genome of white people before they decide to have in their mentality, just because the way we may look due to nature itself and the creation of the mother to have look built for all to reign. But if you look into the genome of white people, we see a whole different story. Contrary to the point, I'll say it again. Black people don't have no kind of monkey genes in them, but we can find it in other races of people. So before he called the black people, you know what I'm saying, who built the pyramids in Egypt, that's who built it, black people. So I guess monkeys built that too, huh? It's crazy behind. Before, built the pyramids in Egypt. Where did his fake Jesus get his degree? And his parents were protected and lived in his biblical fake ass Bible was in Egypt. Black people. Let's get that clear. Even though they tried to conscripate the pictures now all over the world to make you think it was an Arab, it was black people. You know what I'm saying? It was black people. You know what I'm saying? Why are you in there rewriting and repainting the pictures to look like a whole nother race that was not there, never there, and was never ever there? The Jews weren't there either. So let's get that clear. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Who built those pyramids? Where did Jesus get his degrees from? Egypt. And guess what color? Guess what color they were? They were black people. Not Jesus, the fake, because he was a fake and never existed to me. You know what I'm saying? But according to their story, he got his degrees in where? Egypt. His parents was rescued and was safe where? In Egypt. He acquired his so-called Noble Drew Ali Aquarian Gospel of Jesus Christ, which Shetty has explained. They pleasurized. You know what I'm saying? And where did that come from? The Circle 7 and all that stuff. They got that. He pleasurized the Aquarian Gospel of Jesus Christ, which is a fake anyway. But he pleasurized it, and that came from where? So-called, as their story goes, Egypt again. Boy, whatever they call us a monkey, they sure stay in Egypt more than us. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And stealing our artifacts and putting them all over the world, and how gloriful they are. Nobody can duplicate that, brother. And that was black people. Let's get that clear. So while he calling him a monkey, you know what I'm saying, and he got that there, you know what I'm saying, we need to be clear on the things that he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Everything was created by black people. But we look at that, as to what people are saying out their mouth, based on they have no research, but they have a whole lot of hate and misconstrued knowledges from hate. You know what I'm saying? Black people created a vast of things that you would not believe, even down to alphabet. You know what I'm saying? Look it up. Look it up. But you're always going to run into people say they did it first. You know what I'm saying? Everything in Egypt was created, you know what I'm saying, by black people. But when we look, that is not what he is saying. So let's do a DNA test to see what comes up. What really is in him when he calls this child or these students monkeys. Before you call names, you know what I'm saying, he must remember he does not have melatonin in his skin, but live on a solar-based planet that the sun can even kill him by giving him melatonin cancer. Why he's on the beach catching a tan. We know the old stories, you know what I'm saying? But you have the nerve to call us something because you hate what you are. And you're trying to denounce what you wish you were. So don't come with that bullshit. Calling somebody a bug, and he look like one. You look more like one than him. if you really take a look at yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He don't have melatonin in his skin, but he lives on a solar-based planet. He needs to wake up. He needs to wake up. You know? And his white ancestries was in caves, acting and walking and grooving like that. We were building worlds. Clown. Just take a look at Egypt and tell me what you see. You know what I'm saying? This is why this is why his kind of people stay in Africa more than us. Invaders, all of them, even down to Israel, sad to tell you, no more than invaders. So I guess you invaded Monkey Land? Because Israel is in Africa. And that's a country that they built. They took and went and built a country there and named it that. It was never there before. The question is, who was there before? And what part of that land that they went over there and invaded and built this country and then named it that? And then had the nerve to call it the capital. That would piss anybody off, especially Palestinians. And they also is invaders and do not belong there. So I don't understand what both of them are fighting for, because they're fighting for stolen land. You know what I'm saying? Invaded, stolen land. Let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? So I guess they invaded Monkey Land and stole everything they can put their hands on. And sent it all around the world from Monkey Land. That he called him a monkey, but his people stayed at all that red and gold, diamonds, pearl, kicking up Egypt, going all up in artifacts, throwing the babies in the river to the alligators, doing all kinds of shit in Egypt just to eliminate the original people of the creation itself. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Napoleon stayed in Egypt again, doing the same thing, raiding Washington, and then go and get sending the people love and doing the hurricane, the crazy shit, and then 30 billion, wiping them out that spot, and then gonna call yourself building Israel in the same spot. But we monkeys though. Yeah, he's retarded, but that's okay. Stealing everything they could get their hands on, all over the world as well. Because black people have been all over the world. Even South America, long before there was anything called a light-skinned looking, white-looking Mexican. Yeah, most of the people you see in South America, like Pharaoh explained, had come from the raping of the black woman. And then another group coming in after that and raping those children. And then another group coming in after that and raping those people. And they go lighter and lighter and lighter. And then the Spaniards settle there, and some of them never left. So you see a lot of white people over there that look and say they this and that, but they're not South Americans and they're not from that land. The only people that was on that land, as General Sarasudi explains, and you need to get over there to his knowledge, was mostly the Olmec Empire, which were Egyptians in itself. This is why they built step pyramids over there. Those step pyramids weren't built by Mayans and so on, and Incas and all these necessarily. A lot of them was under the orchestration and built by Egyptians, who at the time were calling themselves their empire Olmec. You know what I'm saying? Those were Africans who had been there millions of years before them, because even the Egyptian pyramids is way older than their pyramids. So that means that when you see that happening and it's still within the same form, that means that people had traveled from Egypt to South America billions of years before anyone else was there and started to build these things. And that's why they resemble their home pyramids from where they were from. Nobody's going to go from something you're not and build something you never seen. And this is what people in South America want you to believe. They want you to believe that they built it. These lighter skins and spick looking children and these different ones that they call a spick today. And basically that come because they're mixed with so many different races of people, they call them that. But in them, the original construct of a lot of the darker skinned ones is black people. So when they come over here with that racist garbage, they don't fool point black. You see what I'm saying? Because you're wearing vests around your neck. You know what I'm saying? And inclusivated them into your so-called culture as the way you want it to go. But the way it is the truth. Our people been there hundreds of millions of years before anyone ever got there. And they had already been building Olmec heads and Olmec this and big monolithic structures such as the step pyramids you see in Guatemala, in Mexico, wherever. Those are built by black people. I don't know why they keep saying these people built it. You know, knowing full well you're lying. You just want to steal our shit because you know full well you cannot duplicate or will ever be able to do something as great. So you're jealous and mad. So you're over there stealing everything you can get your hands on. You know what I'm saying? You know, black people have always been there. And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? We was not waiting for this guy calling somebody a monkey, his kind of race, to come along to tell us about God. Because if we was there millenniums and dynastic periods before anyone showed up, as the general and Pharaoh would say, why would we be waiting for them to come along and tell us about God? And the two brothers, General Sarah Sukenseti and Pharaoh, has a great point with that. You need to check them out. You know what I'm saying? You need to check them out. Because why would we be sitting there eons and millenniums before they show up to come tell us about some God? Which in actuality, fool, calling somebody a monkey, you got that from Africa. That whole God crap. You know what I'm saying? You got that from Africa and went back and flipped it because you could not, you know what I'm saying, duplicate what we had done. So you came up with this God stuff. And then when you couldn't prove God, you said he had a son. Then when you couldn't prove the son, you say he died, he got crucified, and he went to heaven to be with his father. You know, nobody can look for him and find his grave, blah, 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 blah. And he been born here, born there, and everywhere across the planet Earth. But but they say he went into Egypt and grew up there. Boo! Calling somebody a monkey. You got that from Africa, so you need to wake up, you know what I'm saying, and act like you are. And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? You need to act like what you are and leave our people out of your mouth. Because your race cannot compare to the glory of my people that built a world. So I guess monkeys built that too. No. When you came, you invaded as the planet of the apes, probably. You know what I'm saying? Now we see war is going down in the Gaza. You know what I'm saying? We see war going down in the Gaza. You know what I'm saying? Which must be worked out. Because both of them, whether it's Israel or the Palestinians, do not belong there. They do not belong there. They do not belong there. And I don't understand why they're fighting over stolen land. It seems like all of them did that to get a foothold in Egypt or in the Egyptian plateau. You know what I'm saying? So don't come with no boo. Because if we do an historical understanding of when it was built, when you invade and when you occupied and all that you have done, and then get the Muslims rounded up all the children, the bastard children, and sent them off into slavery. So they asked the Muslims and you and the Turks and they cleared the land of the African people that were there and took over the land, same as Israel. I don't care what nobody says. Man. And another thing, who is the one telling to attack our subways? We have to start looking at this more clearly because we see an elusive plan going on some here. That is a very bad move. It's a very bad move. Who mind is so wicked to order an attack on the innocent? On the innocent. So you could tell it's a beastly race in what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? All of them, because they'll kill innocent people, and they'll kill people like a water train going down the street. You know what I'm saying? Who would put an attack on it and such a wicked mind frame to send people into the subway to attack who? Innocent people, defenseless people. Attack on them. Who knows? Who do you sending an attack on innocent people who do not know of your cause? They are going about their daily lives. They don't know nothing about what's going on when you do this. But say your God told you it is right to do so. To go into the subway, onto a place of worship or innocent place and attack innocent people. Defenseless people, unaware of the attack people who don't know nothing about your cause. We see the lies in it. We see the lies in its place. And we know who gave you that saying, ISIS. Now, the question is, who claims my ancestors' name? Who claims my ancestors' name? Even them of Freemason do the same thing. So we know where they got the name from. You know what I'm saying? Pharaoh already cracked their head on that one. No doubt. Even a Freemason temple has the name Isis. Imagine that. But calling us a monkey. She was black. Isis was a black woman. A black goddess of Egyptian mythology, my friend. So I guess she was a monkey too. Let's get that clear. She was a black woman. She was not Arab nor Muslim or Muslim or none of that. She was a black African Egyptian goddess of their Egyptian mythology. She came from a black mind frame, not Arab. So who steals her name? I ask. When the goddess, she was known as the goddess of the moon, life and magic. You know what I'm saying? Isis is a protector of women and children and healed the sick. So I ask again, who steals my ancestors' goddess name? All right. She was linked to the throne. She was one of the greatest goddess of ancient Egypt, black people. So who, I ask again, steals her name? She was not European. So who steals her name? And do damage in her name. She sees the wrong you do, even try to take her color away and claim that she is Arab or white. She was black. Let's get that clear. You fool. Stop the bullshit and using her name. You have disrespected Isis, the mythology black beautiful goddess of Egypt. Stop using the goddess name. You will pay for that. That's a fact and point blank. Nigga. Just have to get that clear. Because when people hear these names, they think it belongs to some Arab or some European. It was a black woman of Egyptian goddess mythology, the nourisher. They were nourishers. Many of those gods were nourishers. They nourish your will. You know what I'm saying? With facts. So who steals her name is the question I ask. You know what I mean? Now we see a whole lot of jammy jam going on uptown with Como Romo. He up there doing a whole bunch of garbs. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna jump on his head another time. So Point Black is here coming in with number one. And we see Rastafari coming up. Rastafari. Rastafari. He stay for right. You know what I'm saying? Give us light and glory. Coming in with part two. One.